Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I'm Nora.
And I'm George. Hello, everyone.
How are you doing today, George?
Honestly, a little tired, but okay.
Long night?
You could say that. I was on the phone for almost an hour.
Oh no, what happened?
I called a hotel to book a room, and I froze completely.
Froze? What do you mean?
The person said hello, and I forgot every English word I knew.
That happens to so many people, George. Phone calls are actually harder than face-to-face talks.
Why is that exactly?
Because you can't see the other person's face or hands.
Oh, that's true. There's no body language at all.
Exactly. You only have your words and your tone.
No wonder I panicked.
Don't worry. I actually love phone calls now.
How? Please teach me your secret.
It just takes a few simple phrases. That's all.
Okay, now I'm interested. What are we learning today?
Today, we're learning how to make a phone call in English.
From the very first hello to the goodbye?
Yes, every single step, so you never freeze again. But first, if this podcast is helping you, please like and subscribe. It really helps more learners find us. Share it with a friend, too. Okay, let's start at the beginning. Someone answers your call.
Right, and I always just say hi and panic.
That's fine, but a phone call needs a little more structure.
What do you mean by structure?
Think of a phone call like a small building. It needs a foundation.
A foundation? Like bricks and walls?
Sort of. First, you greet. Then you identify yourself.
Identify myself, like showing my passport?
Not quite that serious. You just say your name.
Okay, so like, hello, this is George?
Perfect. This is George is very natural on the phone.
Why this is and not I am?
Good question. On the phone, this is sounds more natural.
Interesting. I always say I am and it sounds strange.
Exactly. I am sounds a bit stiff on a call.
Got it. Greet, then say, this is my name.
Right. Next, you say why you're calling.
Like, I'm calling about my hotel booking.
That's a great example, George.
I'm learning fast today.
You are. Now, what if you need to speak to a specific person?
Oh, that's the part where I always get stuck.
Try this phrase. Could I speak to Mr. Ahmed, please?
Could I speak to Mr. Ahmed, please?
Perfect tone, polite and clear. What if that person isn't there?
Then you might hear, I'm sorry, he's not available right now.
And what do I say back?
You could ask, could you take a message, please?
Could you take a message, please? I like that one.
It's very useful. It keeps the call moving smoothly.
What if I'm the one who's busy?
Then you say, could you hold on for a moment?
Hold on? Like literally hold the phone? Sort of, yes. It means please wait.
That makes sense, actually.
Think of a phone call like a game of tennis.
Tennis. Now you've lost me completely.
Stay with me. In tennis, you hit the ball back and forth.
Okay, I'm following so far.
In a call, you speak, then wait, then respond, just like tennis.
So I shouldn't talk for too long at once?
Exactly. Short turns keep the rhythm going smoothly.
That actually explains why my calls feel so awkward.
Why do you think that is?
I think I talk too much, then go silent for too long.
That breaks the rhythm of the call completely.
So I need shorter, quicker turns like a real rally.
Exactly like that, George.
Okay, what if I can't hear the person clearly?
Great question. You can say, sorry, could you repeat that?
Sorry, could you repeat that? Simple enough.
Or even simpler, sorry, the line is a bit unclear.
Oh, that sounds much more natural than I don't understand.
Right. It focuses on the call, not on you.
That's a smart little trick, actually.
Phone calls have their own polite little world, George.
I'm starting to see that now.
Now, let's talk about something that happened to me last week. Oh, this sounds good already. I called a clinic and nobody answered. It went to voicemail.
Oh no, I hate leaving voicemails.
Most people do, but there's an easy little formula.
A formula like maths?
Not quite. Just 3 simple parts, George.
Okay, tell me the 3 parts.
First, say your name, then say why you're calling.
Right, that's the same as a normal call.
Exactly. Then finish with your number so they can call back.
Could you give me an example?
Hi, this is Nora. I'm calling about my appointment tomorrow.
That sounds so clear and simple.
Then I add, please call me back at this number.
I always forget to leave my number.
A lot of people do. It's the most useful part, though.
I'll remember that next time, I promise.
Good. Now, what about when the call is finally ending?
Oh, I always just say bye really fast.
That's a bit sudden. Try something warmer instead.
Like what exactly?
Thanks so much for your help. Have a great day.
Thanks so much for your help. Have a great day.
Perfect. That closes the call nicely and politely.
What if I called the wrong number by mistake?
Good thought. Just say, sorry, I think I have the wrong number.
Sorry, I think I have the wrong number. Easy enough.
People will always understand that. No problem at all.
Okay, so let's recap the whole shape of a call.
Go on, tell me what you remember.
Greet, then say who I am, then say why I'm calling.
Yes, keep going.
Then ask to speak to someone or leave a message.
Perfect. And what if it's voicemail?
Name, reason, and my number so they can call back.
Impressed, George. That was completely correct.
I actually remembered it all this time.
See, it's not so scary once you know the shape.
It really isn't. I feel much more calm about calls now.
And once you know the phrases, the fear disappears.
I really hope so, because calls still scare me a little.
They won't for much longer. I promise you that.
Can I ask one more thing before we move on?
Of course, go ahead.
What if the person talks really, really fast?
That happens a lot on real calls.
It's terrifying. I lose the whole sentence.
Try saying, sorry, could you speak a little slower, please?
Sorry, could you speak a little slower, please?
That's polite and almost everyone will slow down for you.
That's such a relief to know.
Also, if they spell something, listen for the letters carefully.
Oh, spelling on the phone is so confusing.
I know. So people often say B as in banana.
B as in banana. That's actually genius.
It helps avoid mixing up letters like B and D.
Can I use that trick too when I spell my name?
Absolutely. Just say your letter, then a simple example word.
Got it. I'll practice that before my next call.
One more useful phrase for when you need a moment.
What's that one?
Just a moment, please. Let me check that for you.
I love how calm that sounds.
It buys you time without any awkward silence.
I always just go quiet, and it feels so strange.
That silence feels louder than words, doesn't it?
It really does. This phrase fixes that completely.
And if you're transferring someone, you can say, I'll put you through.
I'll put you through. That sounds very professional.
It is. You'll hear it in offices everywhere.
What if I need to reschedule something during the call?
Say, could we move this to another day, please?
Could we move this to another day, please?
Perfect. Simple, polite, and completely clear.
What about giving someone my phone number over the call?
Good one. Numbers are actually tricky to say clearly.
They really are. I always mix up my own number.
Say each digit slowly and pause between small groups.
Like 033, then a little pause, 456?
Exactly like that. Grouping numbers helps the listener follow along.
What if they read it back wrong?
Then you simply say, sorry, that's not quite right.
Sorry, that's not quite right. Then I repeat it slowly.
Yes, slowly, and maybe group the numbers differently this time.
That actually makes so much sense now.
There's one more common problem, especially on mobile calls.
Oh, I think I know this one. Bad connection?
Exactly. Sometimes the call breaks up or cuts out completely.
What do people usually say then?
Sorry, you're breaking up. Could you say that again?
Sorry, you're breaking up. Could you say that again?
Perfect. Everyone understands that phrase immediately.
What if the call just drops completely?
Then you simply call back and say, sorry, we got cut off.
Sorry, we got cut off. That's such a useful little line.
It really is. It happens to everyone sometimes.
I feel like I finally have real tools for this now.
One last thing, when you're calling someone directly, not a business.
Oh, like calling a friend or a colleague?
Exactly. It's polite to ask if it's a good time.
What would I say for that?
Hi, is this a good time to talk?
Hi, is this a good time to talk? I like that.
It shows respect for their time right at the start.
What if they say it's actually not a good time?
Then just say, no problem, I'll call again later if that's okay.
No problem. I'll call again later if that's okay. Nice and easy, honestly.
See? Every situation really does have a simple little phrase.
I never realized how much structure was hiding in a normal, everyday call.
It's really there in almost every conversation once you start noticing. You do, and notice something important, George.
What's that?
Every single phrase today was short and polite.
That's true. Nothing was complicated at all.
That's the whole secret, really.
Short sentences and staying calm, like the tennis idea.
Exactly. Small, steady turns back and forth calmly.
I actually feel ready to try a call right now.
Let's actually try one together right now.
Wait, really? Live right here?
Yes, I'll play the receptionist. You make the call. Let's do it. Ring ring. Hello, City Dental Clinic. How can I help you?
Hello, this is George. I'm calling about my appointment.
Sure, George. Could you spell your last name for me?
Yes, of course. It's H as in hotel and A as in apple.
Perfect spelling, George. Got it. Thank you. Sure, George. What would you like to change?
Could we move it to another day, please?
Of course. What day works better for you?
Could I come on Friday instead, please?
Let me check that for you. One moment, please.
I didn't even freeze that time.
You sounded completely natural, George. Friday at 10 is open. Does that work for you?
Yes, that's perfect. Thank you so much for your help.
You're welcome. Have a lovely day, George.
Relieved. That was actually so much easier than I expected.
See, you used the whole structure without even noticing.
I greeted, then gave my name, then said why I called.
And then you handled the change smoothly, too.
I really did. I'm proud of that one.
You should be. That was a real phone call, George.
Okay, let me try to recap everything from today.
Go for it.
First, greet, then say your name with "this is."
Right, and then say why you're calling.
If someone's busy, ask them to take a message.
And if it's a voicemail?
Name, reason, and your number so they can call back.
Impressive. And what about ending the call politely?
Thank them and wish them a good day.
George, that was a perfect recap.
I actually feel confident now, which feels amazing.
That's exactly why we do these episodes together.
Thank you for helping me get through the panic, honestly.
Anytime. And thank you all for listening today.
If this helped you, please like and subscribe to the podcast.
We'd love to hear from you too. Try answering this in English.
What's one phrase you'll use on your very next phone call?
Write it in the comments so we can all learn together.
We really do read every single comment, so don't be shy.
Until next time, take care of yourselves.
And don't be afraid to pick up that phone.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye.